a special guest coming up.
I'm sorry, dude, you're dumb.
No, you're not.
You gotta stay for us.
You're sticking with us.
You gotta stay.
Because you look so comfy. But George Takei is on his way up.
Are you telling me I get to snuggle with George Takei?
I think you do. I think you got a shot.
Oh, shit.
So, if you can hold on to your question for...
Yeah, if you don't mind. Just hold it for the next
That's
20
awesome.
minutes.
But we're going to vamp it for about 2 or 3 minutes while Mr. Takei takes care of some business outside.
What's he doing?
Why do I have to fucking say he's
He's dropping a deuce, all right?
So we got
I just need like a time period. Just, you know, that's
And if you think I'm not taking a selfie with George Takei, you're mistaken.
I hope you have a question. Well, actually,
I think we should get that other guy back and have him defend his position on Jetbuster to George.
I don't think that's going to happen to us.
You might as well ask his question if you got a couple minutes while George is pissing. Assuming George is pissing.
Guys, what do you think about like digital comic book distribution? And I heard from Scott McCloud stuff like that. Might destroy like this single issue stuff. Like I'm not a big fan of single issues. I prefer to buy big volumes of comic books. What's your opinion about that?
He could care less. I'm going to
you're
speak
that
for
wrong
him.
guy.
I don't think it's going to matter one bit. Not one bit. I think it's a great platform. A lot more people will be reading comic books in that form. You know, you'll get readership up. It's just going to affect the back issue market 10 years down the line when technology fails us, as it always has, and people are like, oh crap, now I need to go out and get myself a Green Lantern number 10.
And then the machines take over.
And then, well, no, dude, the machines have taken over since 1946. Just ask Alan Bowman.
Yeah.
He knows the score.
I mean, I hate it. You know, it's obviously cutting into the business. You know, it's taking a share. But I love it because you're up at 2 in the morning and you need a certain issue. You can't just run to the store. You can download it in seconds.
Dude, you are not reading comic books at 2 in the morning.
I know, what kind of fucking desperation is that?
Seriously.
Come on, anybody? Come on. There we go. Come on.
Dude, you all need to get laid. All right, ladies and gentlemen, entering the third round, Mr. George Takei.
Yes, I remember you. Got a lot of mileage out of that joke. We have a dynasty here, representing what I think. Oh, I see. 21st century technology.
Gotta get close.
Oh.
Mr. Takei, thank you for being with us today.
Where did the voice come from? From you.
That would be coming from me.
The
The Red Ranger, yes. That's right. Thank you so much for being with
Good
us.
to be here.
You are an icon, especially
I am.
for all the people in here.
Oh, no.
I let the crowd speak and me.
How are
He's
you?
in charge if you can fucking
Yes,
believe
I am.
I'm fine.
I am. Just wanted a quick introduction. I know me and Mike introduced ourselves to you before. This is Bryan Johnson over here.
Hello, Brian. How are you, George?
And,
You didn't shave this morning.
That's my 5 o'clock shadow.
5 o'clock? Oh, no. It's early dawn. It's getting light.
all three of us have been thrown on a reality TV show called Comic Book Men on AMC.
I see.
And as such, I guess we have some certain kind of pull here, and we were able to get you here. We also run a podcast called I Saw Comics, and thank you so much for being here.
George was tricked into thinking Kevin Smith would be here, right?
No, I just go where they shove me, and they shoved me up here, so here I am.
Is that how it happened?
That's how it happened to me.
Before we got here, they asked us, make a list of people that you would like to talk to. And
People I would like to
that
talk to.
we would like to talk to.
Oh, I
and you were obviously right at the top of that list.
Well, thank you very much.
But we didn't know what
excellent taste.
we didn't. Thank you. We didn't know what the pitch was though. We didn't know if someone came up to you and approached you and maybe explained to you who we were, and you were able to say yes.
Nobody.
No one, no, they just shook me.
Good deal. So you're coming in blind. I like that.
Can you imagine that Tracy Lords thinks she's too good to be on this stage and George is here?
I know. Right? George, it's obvious that we can go on for hours talking about Star Trek. What I want to talk to you about is your Facebook presence.
Yes. You're king of the internet. There's no doubt about it.
I'm what?
You are the king of the internet.
Well, that's what they say. But I'm not of royal blood, no.
Sometimes royal blood, you make your own royal blood. I mean, how does that feel? You love social media.
Ming's drunk.
The reason I went on that is we developed a musical on a rather shameful chapter of American history.
Yes, Allegiance.
Allegiance, right. And we realized that there's a real marketing challenge here for this because when my autobiography was published, I went on a national tour and I discovered that the people east of the Mississippi don't know about the internment of Japanese Americans during the Second World War. So many people don't know about it, and it's also a shameful chapter of American history. So we created this musical, and people don't know anything about it. So we had to, first of all, raise the awareness of that chapter of history, but also to develop that awareness into an interest in our musical, and better yet, an enthusiasm and a curiosity about the musical, want to see quality about the musical. And how do we do that? I thought, well, I do have a base. It's sci-fi geeks and nerds, but I have to develop that even more. And so I started Facebook and Twitter as a kind of a fun conversation on sci-fi and science. And my audience grew. And so then the other mission I have is to advocate for equality for the LGBT community. We have a lot of friends here. And so I started making some comments on equality for LGBT people, mixed with a little cute pictures of kitties. And kitties, K-I-T-T. Yes. And the following exploded, and it got bigger and bigger, and so then I started talking about the internment of Japanese Americans and about allegiance, and the audience grew and grew and grew, and I found that the reason why people kept coming back is the humor and the kitties, and that's the glue to keep all this together. So it was a simple formula and a simple idea that got me into it, and here we are, you calling me royalty.
Yeah!
From what I read, it's worked. Allegiance is hitting Broadway, did I hear?
Yes, we opened last fall in San Diego at the very distinguished regional theater, the Old Globe Theater. It's been there for 77 years. We opened to unanimous rave reviews from the San Diego critics, and we started getting full sold-out houses. And as we approached the announced closing date, they extended us another week, and we finally, when we closed, we wound up having broken every box office and attendance record in the Old Globe Theater's history. Thank you very much for that. And then, a month later, the San Diego Drama Critics Circle had announced their awards, and we wound up winning the Best Musical of 2012. So that augurs well for our Broadway debut next spring. So plan on coming to New York, all you Floridians, and have a nice spring vacation there, including a night with Allegiance. And we have a wonderful leading lady, Lea Salonga. Isn't she great? She has some fans here. She played Miss Saigon on Broadway and on the West End in London. And she got the Olivier Award in London and Tony Award in New York. And she's playing my sister in Allegiance, and she is glorious, a fantastic, crystalline, golden, silver, all the ore kind of voice that you can find adjectives for. She's marvelous, and the entire cast is so wonderfully gifted. I feel so blessed to have a cast like that to tell this story. So plan on a vacation in New York and visit Broadway with Allegiance next spring.
And sleep on Ming's couch.
Oh, do you live in New York?
Yes, we're from New Jersey, so we're about an hour away. We will be there.
You are New Jerseyites. You're not New Yorkers.
Okay, we're New Jersey. My apologies.
The Toronto people, that's what we call you.
Yes. I have one very selfish question. I know your time is limited. There's a very famous photo of you, shirt off, glistening, holding a fencing foil.
And that was real sweat, too.
Yes.
It wasn't oil.
Yes, and I just want to ask you, how can I get like that? How can I achieve even something close to that?
Well, we have a date then tomorrow morning at the fitness center, second floor, and we'll huff and puff together there. Yeah, it's an open invitation. Come on down and work out with us.
I have a question.
Maybe
More importantly, George, how can I look like that?
You know, you have a lot of stomach there.
I got a lot to work
Which
with.
means putting less in that stomach.
All right.
And
stomach.
getting doing a little huffing and puffing.
Like,
Oh, no. A different kind of huffing and puffing. Huffing and puffing like this.
okay.
So wait, what does your workout consist of?
Well, I used to be a runner,
Okay.
but and I've done 6 marathons. But I had a foot accident that required surgery, which failed. And the doctor said, "Shall we do that again?" It took me 6 months to recover from that. And so when I'll tell you, sketchily, I got a terrible cramp one night. Every muscle on my right side cramped up. My foot went into a clinch. My calves just tightened up, thighs, buttocks, back, shoulder, and head. And I was rushed to emergency, and they put me in a medieval rack sort of thing that pulled my body. And they poured electrical currents through me to relax the muscle. And all the muscles eventually relaxed, except my foot remained clenched. And so I had surgery to make it right. And, you know, when they cut you up, it takes a long time for it to heal. So I was in a wheelchair, and then I was on crutches. And some of you may have seen me in crutches. I did a couple of conventions, one I think in Florida, on crutches. And then I had to have therapy to be able to walk normally. So I couldn't work for 6 months. But over a period of about 2-3 years, my foot went right back into that clinch again. And so I went back to the doctor, and he said, I asked him, what can we do about this? And he said, well, we can do the surgery again. I said, same surgery? He said, yes, we might try that again. I said, well, it failed last time. Can you give me any guarantees that it won't fail a second time? And he said, we can't give you any guarantees. And I said, well, I'm not going to do it then. I can't afford 6 months out of my life again. So I've been living with that, but that means that I can't run anymore. And so what I've been working out in the fitness center, I can also walk fast, power walking.
Right.
So what I do is I do bench presses, lifts, also the leg
press, yeah.
all that. So Ming is joining me on that tomorrow morning. Are you game too?
I'm game. I'm actually a fighter, so I have a very specific workout regimen I do.
Well, a fighter needs to lose some weight too.
Not always. Not always.
You have a lot of excess. Unnecessary you. You gotta get rid of some of you.
It's not all bad.
Oh, I hate to be glum, but you know what happened to James Gandolfini? He was carrying a lot of James Gandolfini.
I'm built a little bit differently than James Gandolfini, though.
I see a resemblance.
You're
black and he's white, but I see a resemblance.
There's similarity. But yeah, but I'm game. I'm game.
You're
so
game,
how do
good.
you supplement your cardio? Because I can't run either because of my knees.
Oh, what's the matter with your knees?
When I was 17, I had ACL reconstructive surgery.
Oh.
And then when I was 19, I cracked my patella. And I've always had,
Yeah, sounds like it's painful, doesn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as you think. I used to skateboard.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and so I had a bad fall and actually landed on my forehead, which fortunately was very fortunate for me. So I was very hard forehead.
It was fortunate that you fell on your foot.
Yeah, I was very
No,
hard.
it's better not to do that.
I've only
Better not to fall at all.
Yes, it is. George, thank you very much.
Yes.
I know your time is limited.
Time is
Abrupt end to the conversation.
It wasn't up to you.
It wasn't up to us.
It wasn't up
We
to
would,
you.
you can't even want to stick around? But unfortunately, you can't.
I know, you have a
I'm
line.
getting prodded in the back.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
You have a big line down
Oh,
there.
I know.
Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. George Takei.